Welcome to another Solid Signal exclusive unboxing. This time we're taking a look at DataTronix' latest digital signage player, the DT-HDMP2. It may not have a really flashy sounding name, but it's a great value for the money. Let's take a look inside. The player itself comes in sturdy retail packaging that's easy to open just by opening up the flap on the front. It's very small. The player is only 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches in size, which actually isn't even the smallest player that DataTronix has. The difference between it and the smaller one are those front panel buttons that you just saw. Get past the player and you'll see the remote, and you'll see the cables that come with it. Luckily, they even give you a battery, which is very nice. Composite and component cables are included, and if you need audio while using component, you will use the composite cable to get audio. No HDMI cable is included. That's pretty much all you're going to find in the box. But wait, don't go anywhere, because we're going to take you inside this DataTronix digital signage player. I'm not talking about just taking the plastic off the case. I'm talking about going in deep. Taking a good close look at this player, you'll see that it's got front panel buttons that even more expensive players don't have. Looking at the front side gives you the opportunity to see a USB port where you can put a flash drive or a hard drive, plus an LED indicator telling you that it's on, and a port for an IR target cable so you can mount this behind a television. We also sell those target cables at Solid Signal. There's an SD port so you can put pretty much any SD card in if you don't want to use a flash drive. It's very handy. On the other side, there's an actual on-off switch, which is kind of neat. Power connector, HDMI connector. As I said, HDMI cables are not included. This port labeled YUV, which is actually for component, and a port labeled AV, which is actually for composite. The AV port is also used for audio if you connect over component. There's nothing to see on the underside, but if you lift up one of these rubber pads, you'll see that there is a Phillips head screw under each one of them. We're going to show you the inside of the player. Now, don't do this at home. It's going to void your warranty. That's why we're doing it for you. There isn't a whole lot to this player, which leads you to think they could have probably made it even smaller, but then it might have cost more. There's two primary chips on the back side, and just a few more chips on the other side. There's some stuff that you'll need for the power supply, and a USB port and a card port, and that's it. There's also a daughter board which controls the top buttons. Taking a look at the remote, this is a more or less standard affair with just rows and columns of solid colored buttons. But it's everything you need, and it is IR compatible, so that if you want to use a universal remote and program it, you can do that. That's not a problem. The underside of the remote shows you how you can get to the coin style battery that you'll need for this. Luckily it's included, and you have to sort of use two fingers to pinch it and pull it open. But when you do, you'll see that the coin style battery fits in there. It's nice that the battery compartment has a little plus on it because it is very easy to put the battery in upside down. We recommend this player for anybody who's looking for a very simple, very easy to use player at a very low cost. It has a remote control, it sets up easily, and will work with almost any HDMI cable and SD card. It's a great value, and it's available now at solidsignal.com.